Right outside my back door is a volunteer papaya, and it has come in handy to shade the comfrey, which is doing really well underneath it. So there's you some natural companion planting there. It's pretty funny. Over here I have some, what is it? I got from our Botanical Life group. It's butterfly milkweed. It's got a white flower. It's really big leaf. It's not the typical stuff you get at the store with the orange flowers. I think this is probably a more native species. It's the giant milkweed. Anyway, I made cuttings from the stalk that I got, the branch that I got, and put it in rooting hormone and then put it in the soil. And all of these leaves are new. All of them are new. These I left on, the top ones, to do kind of an experiment to see which ones did better, but both are doing wonderfully, so I'm going to have a lot of good plants here. This is my other milkweed that I got from the store. I don't believe it's native, but I knew I needed more milkweed because I don't have enough to support all of the butterflies, the monarchs that come through here, and so they eat these plants down really quick. So my goal is to get a bunch more planted. So yesterday we put this tarp on this quarter of the garden to suppress the weeds that had come up, and then in a couple weeks we'll pull it back, let more weeds sprout up, cover it again. Look at that jungle. That'd be cool if it was all corn, but it's not. It is what a time to forget the name of it, but it's sorghum Sudan grass. We're using it as a cover crop because it really does well with the soil, building the soil. And this morning's project is to come over here and weed the sweet potatoes, to give the sweet potatoes a chance to overcome this crabgrass, whatever it is. But our sweet potatoes are actually doing really well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of them. But I got a lot of weeding to do today, and that's what is happening. Look at these pollinators in my butternut squash flower. There's at least 3, there's 3 butterflies. It's really cool. We just learned in one of our, or were reminded to in one of our Botanical Life meetings to observe the pollinators, the insects, all the life in the garden that make life happen. This is pretty exciting. I'm having to get back into the groove of things because I've taken a break over summer. And of course it's been way too hot to get out here late. So it's about 7 o'clock now. And so I'm hoping to spend an hour out here every morning to get this taken care of. These, 5 rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of sweet potatoes done. I guess it's just part of the seasons and all the changes, transitioning from one step to another, because I really don't like to be out here when it's super hot, and I've gotten used to being inside, and so having to overcome myself a little bit to be out here this morning, which is fine. It's all part of character growth and, embracing the whole picture. So But when we get the harvest of the potatoes, it's going to all be worth it. But if I pace myself and do a bit every day, it's going to be manageable and doable. And I'll get my fresh air time in, and it's kind of cloudy this morning and overcast and a little bit foggy. So what I've started doing is coming out here first thing in the morning a little bit so that my eyes can get some sunlight, because I've recently learned that sunlight, UV rays, when it hits the retina, not that you stare into the sun, but when you're exposed to morning light, it helps the brain to shut off the production of melatonin, which helps you to wake up and not be so sleepy. And so, trying to avail myself of that. Now, even though it's overcast and cloudy, the UV rays still get through, so you can just feel it more specifically when the sun is out. But it's still working, I'm sure. It's amazing what the sun does for you. I just did a health nugget at church, and yeah, there's just a lot to UV rays and vitamin D and how it's made through the skin and how long it takes to get into the bloodstream. I didn't realize this, but when the UV rays interact with the oils on your skin, 70 hydrocholesterol, I believe, is what it interacts with. That it needs some time to soak into the bloodstream, and some sources say it takes a couple of hours, other sources say 48 hours, so do your own research on that. But so that begs the question, how long do you need to wait to wash your skin after you've been in the sun, if you're interested in maintaining or keeping the vitamin D that is created? Well, so the interesting fact is that if you just rinse off with water, you won't disrupt the process and you'll keep your vitamin D. Your time in the sun will not have been wasted. But if you're out swimming at the pool or whatever, the chlorine in the pool can cut the process because it will disturb and, basically cut the oil on your skin. The same thing when you take a shower and use soap. So I know you don't want to keep smelling after you've been in the sun, so you can either rinse off in the shower and just use soap on the essential parts, or do something like that, or just wait a couple of hours and take a shower. It just depends. Everyone's a little different. But I didn't realize that it took that long for the body to process the vitamin D into the bloodstream. So those of you who may be a little bit deficient in your vitamin D, especially if you're not taking a supplement, which natural, in my opinion, is better from natural sources such as vitamin D, and those of us who are plant-based really need to pay attention to making sure we get plenty of vitamin D. Because we don't really get that through food sources, because we don't have egg or fish or dairy or anything like that. Some of our foods are supplemented with it, but yeah, so it's just another part of having a well-rounded and balanced connection with nature. It's not just diet, it's not just exercise, it's not just being out in the fresh air, although fresh air is so important. You don't want to be in the AC all the time with the same air circulating. Open the windows when you get the chance. I mean, sunlight is wonderful for killing bacteria in your home, so I don't know that I would recommend it for the summer, but when fall comes and it's nice outside, open your windows. Let the sunshine come in. It'll kill those bacteria up to 50% of what otherwise would be able to live there. So that's what I always, fall is my favorite season, and that's one of the reasons why is I can open my windows. I mean, sun has been used to cleanse and disinfect laundry and sheets and pillows and pillowcases and for years, so that's a habit that we don't really want to let go of moving forward. As our generations progress into progressiveness, sometimes we need to hold on and keep what our ancestors knew. So, because even though the reasons may not have been passed down, there are reasons. Alright, so in just that little bit, I got some good weeding done. And so now I'm just going to keep going. I'm done with an hour's worth of work and got most of that row done. You can see how weedy these rows are. They're not horrible, but I got this done for the most part. Tomorrow I'll dig that grass up and do the rest of the row and then start on the rest. The sun has finally come out. It's so nice, feels really good in my eyes, and it's just a beautiful day. So just a little bit goes a long way. A little bit of effort gives you good returns, and so I'll be back out here tomorrow morning. God bless, take care, have a good one.